Yo, SojuTalk Nation! On this week's episode, we'll be covering Fuego releases from WJSN The Black, Rocket Punch, From S9, and Aespa. We'll also be cooking up some spicy news coverage and keeping you updated in State of the Nation. So prepare your body, turn up the volume because we coming in hot. Hit me with that intro. What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 139, and we're recording on Monday, May 17th, 2021. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. Announcements, not really to do with this week, but next week's video, episode 140, it's going to be released on Wednesday. We have some personal things going on, I guess. I don't even know what they are at the moment.
I didn't tell you.
But we're recording on Tuesday, and we're going to release on Wednesday. So just be...
Apologies beforehand.
Yeah, just be aware of that. And even if you forget and complain, it is what it is. It'll come out on Wednesday. But we're now at part 1 of SojuTalk episode 139, where we discuss big new releases. We do that spicy song king and hit you with the music show winners. Boom. Before we talk about the 4 songs this week, we got a full house. We only do a maximum of 4 songs. It was a very contentious 4 songs this week to get to this point.
What a week.
So the way we normally do it is, we cover a maximum of 4 songs. When there are more than 4 coverable songs, meaning like they fall into songs that we can cover or in the range of songs we would cover, we put it up to a vote with our patrons, specifically on Discord. It got a little spicy. I think on a base level, we knew we were going to cover Aespa and Rocket Punch. Aespa because they're the biggest group, Rocket Punch because of Warren. So we had two slots open. The 2 songs that got picked at the end of the day were WJSN The Black, Easy, and From S9's We Go. But there were a lot of other songs that could have been covered this week, like One Us's Black Mirror, Wonho had a song, Kang Daniel had a song through Universe, Yugi had a solo debut, B.I. had a song, JB had a song, a lot of coverable songs. Man,
big names.
So at the end of the day, if you are angry at us for not covering a song, it's not on us, just saying. But, with that being
Blame
said,
the industry.
the first song we're going to talk about is WJSN The Black's unit debut with Easy. And this happened back on May 12th, which was a Wednesday. They're from Starship. They debuted with WJSN in 2016. Their last 3 songs were Unnatural, Butterfly, As You Wish, 9 music show wins as a group. I really like how WJSN's units are very distinct from each other. Like,
You know what? That is the biggest takeaway for me as well.
Yeah, so, WJSN The Black consists of Sola, Bona, EXO, XC, and ENSO. Those are the 4 members. They have, like, kind of the sexy, sultry vibe going on, right? That's clearly what they're going, where Chokumi was, like, the cute, small vibe, right?
This is the adults vibe. We're adults. We're grown people.
My main takeaway was that this kind of sounding song, right? Where we have this, like, groovy, bassy song going on, right? We've seen it a lot of guy groups and male solo artists doing it lately, right? It was kind of cool seeing girls do this concept. I don't know if we saw this before as of late.
Yeah, I guess not.
No, right?
No.
For girl
The only thing I
groups.
can remember is one of the Chungha stuff from like
Maybe-
one of the
yeah,
pre-release
yeah.
stuff.
But I'm kind of down for this song, Like, I got the vibes. I think my only real problem with the song is that I felt that the pre-chorus was a little weak sauce. It didn't get me super hyped for the drop. And additionally, I would say that a lot of the song felt a little bit one note throughout. Like, I didn't feel super hype about or get build up to hype or any of that kind of stuff.
The melodies were like very like with confined to a couple notes, like it didn't go up a lot, it didn't go down a lot. And the production too was like it was paced in a way where like it was very groovy, but it was kind of repetitive at the same time. And I was by the time we got to the second chorus, I was like, okay, we're and that's nice because like if this comes at a party, like nobody's gonna stop dancing. No. But like at the same time, if I'm like sitting in my room and doing nothing else but listening to this song, I'm gonna be like, okay, maybe. You know?
Yeah, I just think also like I know that we said it was a bit of a switch up because female artists are doing it, but at the same time we have had a lot of these songs in the last couple
The
of months.
sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anita, how'd you feel about Easy?
I had similar thoughts about the concept in general. Not only the sound. They had like a more suit styling,
Yeah,
right?
suits.
More,
Big suits.
and also like a bit of a detective sort of storyline going on, which I thought was really interesting. I like that they did that, like 2 characters per person, where they're the detective and then the one being interrogated. I thought that was cool. And I really liked the outfits they had for the detectives.
Good outfits.
Yes, the glasses, the
Chanel.
Yes. They looked expensive, but also very classy in a way that I think not a lot of girl groups do. I also really liked what was it? It was like these suit outfits, but they were like really oversized. They were like navy.
The blue
ones?
ones?
The blue stuff.
Yes.
Oh, the blue ones.
That was dope.
Blue
That was
ones.
dope. Yeah.
Those were
Yes,
fire.
I really liked it. I feel like overall the styling and everything was very, very nice. I think it fit the sound and it fit the concept that the group is going for, the unit. The only thing that kind of bothered me a little bit was that I felt some of the stage setup or like the lighting, it reminded me a little bit of, I want to say it was unnatural, because I think that was their latest full group
That was the
comeback.
one. Yeah.
And I think there were some shots there where like the set seemed a little similar, and I feel like, oh, I wonder if they just thought it fit this unit as well, so they used it again. But I kind of wish they would have done something like completely different, like a whole different set or background if possible. That was the only thing, but everything else I think made sense.
I do feel like I was not sure if this had to be a unit personally. We did make
I
a difference
yes.
earlier,
I
right?
I
feel
see what
that.
you
I
mean.
feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Because like if you think about Unnatural, they still had the very like luxury high class
True,
vibe,
they
you know. Yeah, and like here they kind of built off of that. Sure, they're wearing suits, but like on a vibe level, it's like a similar vibe, you know. Like
That's
they're
very
still
true.
vibing to like a very similar kind of vibe. I just said that word very.
You said it
many
like
times.
you said it like 12 times.
I'm from LA apparently. That's what I am. But because like Chokomi was definitely like they're going for a different direction, right?
for sure. Yeah.
Here it feels like you know like 2 steps away from the direction they were going in. Okay, my camera went down. That's how excited I was. Give me a second.
All right, I'll talk. Oh my god, he's gone. Here's the thing, right? It's like, what was Warren saying? Warren was saying how he felt like this could have been Uju Sonyo proper.
It could have been, yeah.
I do agree with that. And he was also talking about how Chokumi was a big switch. I also agree with that point. I do think that for this unit and the vibe they're going for, they did pick the correct kids. I think these 4
Yes.
definitely made the most sense. I think I always say this every time Uju Sonyo comes back. I think Bona's a really good center and underrated because Uju Sonyo's a bit underrated. I thought she was doing her thing. I also thought that Sara did like such a good job in her acting at times.
Yes.
And
Yes, I
her
agree with
acting
that.
was really on point. Her hair looked fantastic. I thought the visuals were great. You know, I did like the choreography of this song because I felt that it fit what they were going for really well. You know, and like the iconic image for me is those blue suits for some
Right?
reason in my
Yes.
head.
In the white background.
Yeah,
That was dope.
Really stands out. I think I covered what you were trying to say, Warren.
Oh yeah, I think it definitely covered what I wanted to say, including Sola's hair.
Yeah, dude, her hair was
Good stuff.
amazing.
Good stuff.
Her youngies were really good, dude.
Do you remember the scene with her and her glasses?
Yes.
Bro,
Great
that
shot.
was like I was
Great
like, damn,
shot.
like she pulling that off.
And there's a scene where she gets like frustrated. I'm like, I feel the frustration, you know? I feel it. I think that's real we really got to say about that one. But, you know, let's move to the next song. You know, Warren has been waiting for this song. This is Rocket Punch's Ring Ring. They are from Woolim, debut 2019. Last 3 songs, Juicy, Bouncy, Bim Bam Boom. Zero music show wins, but who really cares?
Did you just say bip bap boop?
I said Bim Bam Boom.
Okay, good. Excuse
All right.
me, sir. Excuse
All right,
you.
Catchy guy. How do you
Hello.
feel about Ring Ring?
All right, Rocket Punch. Almost 2 years into debut now.
wow.
They've had 3 mini albums. And this is their first single album. 8 months since their last stuff. They've had a decent start with Bim Bam Boom. I think it was pretty good overall.
Yep.
Bouncy was
We fell off a cliff there, dude.
You know, it's like the child you don't talk about in the family.
It's not that
I agree.
bad.
I agree.
It's not bad at all.
This is the child that's living under the stairs, dude.
Harry Potter much?
Harry Potter, fam.
Juicy was, I think it was very nice. I think it was very nice.
Okay.
Even though it was very much of a meme. Ring Ring. You know? I kind of dig it. You know what?
Okay.
I dig it a lot.
I'm going past
I
that.
dig it a lot.
It is by far their
Easily.
best song. Like,
Really?
easily their best song.
Easily.
Like, by a good old country mile, as one would say. This one is, like, so much better than the other three, I think.
I just feel like the energy was so good, and like especially in the chorus, all the shots and everything. I think this is the best they've ever been. And the thing with Juicy that I always had was that like it's too like loosely paced. Where like I'm getting energy, but like it's not much. Here, I feel like they're like roller skating, you know, like the whole time, you know, like it's a constant run, it's a constant, you know. It's constant flow, and you know, like I like that from them. I like that from them because that's, I think, something they really, really shine through, especially something I saw in Bim Bam Boom, and I feel like they're carrying that into here, but with a completely different concept, right? The whole like neutro 80s thing, which brings me to talk about the neutro part. How do you feel about that, Anita?
I like it. I feel like I was afraid that it's been a while since it was kind of introduced into K-pop at first, right? And I feel like the one girl group, I would say, that kind of really pushed it in this kind of similar vibe would be Everglow. I want to say that their comeback last year had this more 80s, like a little bit faster, upbeat thing. And I like that they did it here. I feel like it's completely different than Everglow. It's a very retro concept, like the outfits, the lighting, also like, is there like time travel? I feel like
I wasn't very sure, but
I think
I
they
wasn't
do.
sure either.
I wasn't either. I think they were trying to. I think what I felt like was like they were planning on having a plot, but then they were like, you know what? Let's scrap it. Let's just make people look nice. I don't know. But I do agree with you on the sound, right? Like because it's building off heavily off of like the synth pop, synthwave kind of sound that Everglow did last year, Twice did last year.
Yep.
Recent stuff I don't remember, but like I was like the moment I heard the main loop, I was like, "Take on me!" Like you know, like I'm
Yes,
I'm here,
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good song, though. I like it.
It's a great song. It's one of the best songs of entire pop. So you know, I think that really means a lot. So I'm kind of burning down a little bit. I'm going crazy.
Choreo is really cute.
Choreo was really dope.
Chorus.
Yeah.
I wrote here, I think the choreo, although it's not the most difficult choreo in the world, objectively, I think it fits the style they're going for, and it satisfies the needs of the song. But I don't think anyone would say that the choreo is like mind blowing, you know?
Oh,
but
no,
it
it's
fits
quite
the
simple.
concept they're going for, which I think sometimes you do that, and I think it works. I have been slandering Sohi's rap for the last year, right? She totally redeemed herself on this one, in my opinion. I saw a couple people saying that the trap breakdown was a little bit out of left field. I thought it was fine, in my opinion.
I thought it was a little left out of field, but then again, I know we began with bouncy.
Comparatively, this is so much better.
We had bouncy.
Yeah,
this is way.
This might have been the first time on a Rocket Punch song that I didn't cringe a little at the rap section, which is saying a lot for me, because I had not liked previous rap sections. My only tiny criticism is that I felt that because of how high in terms of notes the chorus is, it felt like 1 to 2% little bit shouty to me. That was the only tiny thing I wanted to say.
That's how much energy they have.
I get it though.
This is the punch in your face. This is the punch with the rocket behind it. This is Mazinga Z. Look, I think overall, my only concern with this comeback is now we're 4 tracks into their career. Fourth song, I think this is their best song of their career. I'm not sure how successful they will be given the timing with like other comebacks they have. You know, like From S9 and Cosmic.
We busy right now.
We're very, very busy right now.
And you got the big old butter coming out next week.
I know.
Oh, butter.
So I'm not sure how they're, but regardless of that, of all that, I'm very, very excited. With what they're going after. My only concern is I'm not sure where they're headed.
Afterwards.
I'm seeing direction here. They did Bam Bam to Bouncy to Juicy to this. If there's any like thing of consistency, it's the amount of energy they have and like the stuff they like the energy they bring, which I recognize because I've been seeing them since before debut at this point, right?
True.
Like for someone like Doug, he's gonna be like, this is just another girl group. I understand that. And he's very low IQ because of that, and that's okay. He's still my friend regardless. But yeah,
are you worried then? Is this worrisome to you?
Bro, I mean, I worry about everything. I mean, you guys know this. The more invested I am in something, the more worried I get. Remember all those spreadsheets I made in college?
The spreadsheets, yeah.
Yeah. Remember those? I don't think Doug
I
was here when I was making those big spreadsheets.
Wait, you were making Rocket Punch spreadsheets?
No, I wasn't. No.
Other stuff spreadsheets.
No. Okay, so long TLDR, I was running a student organization with Anita and a couple other friends. And I was worried about recruiting and getting new members into the club. So I started setting up estimates. I started calculating
probability.
Oh, bro, I do that too. You make multiple sheets,
Both of you.
one is like worst scenario, average scenario, good scenario, and then you see what happens.
Right.
Bro, I'm the spreadsheet king. What are you talking about?
I know that's what I was talking about earlier. And like you look at these numbers and you're like, wow, this is maybe not too bad, maybe the worst, maybe the justified absolute negative value isn't as bad as I had expected. So looking at all that, I know I'm going crazy. At the very least, I'm very happy that they're doing great music. I looked up the producers. This is their first title track in terms of K-pop. So I'm very impressed as well. And I'm very impressed. That makes me very impressed that Woollim is like very open to giving new producers a chance, like that's not something you see often. I don't know, man.
I agree. I think the main takeaway for me is that this is a good song if we just isolate Rocket Punch as a whole, but I do think that the timing of the release might not have been the best because everyone is coming out this month and next month.
No.
That being said, you do rest yourself on the music a little bit at the end of the day. Well, I would not more than a little bit. So the fact that the music's good, I think, is obviously a good sign. We'll just have to see because there is an absolute ridiculous amount of competition right now.
I also think I'm not that active in the fan communities anymore. I have to admit that was a little while back. But I did go back in and see how people are reacting.
People like this?
People seem to like this a lot. People seem to enjoy the visuals a lot more than they did last year, at least.
Visuals got upgraded, I think.
Remember when Dre had the red bangs?
Yeah, dude.
That was not good.
Bad.
No, Anita, you're just a nice person. That's what it is. Bro, I'm her fan. You're not. Go away.
Go away.
But it looked fine.
This is awkward. Let's transition. The next song, one of these groups that's definitely a competitor to Rocket Punch, right? We got From Miss 9 over here with We Go. They're from Stone Music, but I think, if I remember correctly, is Stone Music the one that's not going to be a thing anymore eventually? Something about CJ, they're reorganizing, so who knows what company they'll be under in the future. They debuted 2017. Last 3 songs were Feel Good, Fun, and Love Bomb, with 0 music show wins so far. I'm going to just say it, right?
Okay.
This might be one of the best K-pop music videos. I'm not talking about the song.
Oh.
Music videos like I can remember.
Yes. Aesthetics. Visuals.
I'm looking at my bullets. I'm looking at my notes. I wrote best music video in a long time.
Oh.
This music video is ridiculous.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's great.
It's like, just on the visual level, let's not talk about the music. The concepting where they're doing like design, Photoshop, photos, that
Posting,
kind of thing
editing.
is crazy good. There's some people who've done things that are similar to that. They did it the best. They fully committed to doing that kind of concept. The different scenes they set up, magazine shots, like chilling at the beach, those type of things with the lettering coming in, bro. It's amazing how aesthetic this is like the type of stuff you see in like an Apple commercial when they pull off things like this.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like when they're doing these super hyper aesthetic things going on the screen, right? Like,
I mean, no, I agree with that. And like, even with the aesthetic stuff aside, I feel like on a very emotional level, it was very relatable, right? Like,
bro,
when was the last time you guys went traveling anywhere?
No,
No, you know, like I think on that level, it was very emotionally relatable, and like as a person who does like stuff on this stuff, you know, like Photoshop and Premiere Pro and After Effects and whatnot, it was kind of cool. It was kind of nice, and
the
like
lighting
was
crazy in this music video. Let's get to the song now. Man, okay. Oh My Girl last week opened up summer season, right?
It's summer now.
It's summer.
It's summer.
Bro. Both Oh My Girl's Dun Dun Dance and now From Us 9 We Goes are both fire summer songs, in my opinion. These are really good songs.
This is the kind of track where like I want to listen to like while I'm driving, you know, like
yes, exactly.
Yes.
What's it called? Hatch, open hatch, you know,
Convertible,
convertible, you know, opened up.
Open hatch. Okay.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Hatch
you know,
open.
like,
Yes.
Hatch open, wind on my face, you know, like driving, you know,
Yes.
beer on my hands.
This for me is near the top of From Us 9 songs. I think their other best songs are Dugun Dugun DK, and then probably Love Bomb I would also put in the really good category. This is up there with those for me. I think this is really good.
You didn't like Fun?
Let's not talk about
fun.
Let's not talk about Fun. Man.
No, I agree though. I agree. I think
so
this
good.
is and I think it was a great build off of Feel Good, you know, like
Good transition,
Yes.
yeah.
yeah, because it's definitely in a similar vein. And I did check; they do share the same main producers, and I like that because it definitely comes out, and I feel like it matches their character really, really well. So I'm glad they're going off in this direction that they're going off of. Not something we see often anymore nowadays. So, you know.
I think also with the choreography, it's a sort of a similar situation with the Rocket Punch song where it's very fitting for the concept, but it's not mind blowing. I think again they did this nice sort of like Oh My Girl did last week, where it fits the concept you're going for. It's not doing too much. Like if they started doing crazy stuff, it wouldn't make sense. Fits the vibes of the song. I keep like the. If you are gonna watch, I know Warren's the Rocket Punch fan, right? But if you haven't watched these music videos, you gotta watch
this one, please.
This
Well, yeah.
music
So
video is
pretty.
crazy.
No. I mean, I gotta give the shout outs to where it belongs.
crazy.
It's great. It's great. And
Anita, go Warren, keep going.
No, I feel like in terms of like production as well, like there was like, it was very near perfect.
Yeah.
You know, like everything came together so perfectly, and like there was not a single moment where I was like, "This is off." You know, that kind of.
I got one moment.
That never happened.
I got one moment.
Oh, in the music video.
The stupid music video phone thing. What is that?
I liked it.
What's wrong with you, Anita?
I liked it because it was very. I guess it kind of like brought you by, like, oh, like this is what would happen in real life. You might get a call or something. It felt very immersive. Is what I'm trying to say.
Nah.
Well, I don't use an iPhone, so bye. I'm a Galaxy user. But what I did like though was like right after that, the airplane flies by, and then the sound effects come in, and it's timed so perfectly. That was like I got chills that moment. It was
the editors, man.
Bro,
I know.
Props to them.
Also, like, just the random scenes where they're doing, like, the Zoom call or whatever. Bro, those scenes were so good. Bro, my girl, Baek Jihyun, you know, shout out to Jihyun, my favorite kid in this group, was looking amazing. Especially the camping scene with Gyuri, I believe there was a shot of... I know she was in a scene with Gyuri.
Yeah.
I thought they looked great there. Everyone was looking amazing in this one, too. They got They got the cinematography, like we just keep talking about this music video, but the songs
It's
hella
so
good
pretty.
too.
It's such a nice video. I honestly think this is up for like music video of the year or something.
I 100% agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was just
Anita,
so perfect.
what else did you like about We Go?
We kind of already touched upon a lot of the things. I really liked the styling. All of the hair and makeup
yes.
was so pretty. I don't know. I feel like personally, I really liked that they gave each member like a solo shot. I think it was easy to do because of the concept they were going for. But I like that they took the time, because they're not a small group, but they took the time to like give them a good headshot and like set up their background, and like I don't know, it was like the attention to detail in this music video and just the overall concept were so cool. Like you could even see the reflection of the person.
That was so cool. That was so cool.
Computer screen.
Yes.
That was so cool. I don't know.
It's so
props.
cool.
You
Props
know
to
what I
whoever
also
worked on
noticed
this.
that was really cool was like, you know, so there's the scenes where everyone has white tops and like blue jeans.
Yes, I like
and
those
they're out in the
outfits.
field with like, you know, whatever. And earlier in the music video, it's very bright. and then near the end, it's the same location,
Sunset.
but it's really dark, right? Like,
Yes.
and like I was like, okay, attention to detail.
Dude, like,
Wow.
whichever company they got to make this music video, they need to just hire them every single time. And like whoever did this, this was next level.
Great,
good.
it was great. Just do this a couple more times.
Yes, like also From Miss Nine needs to come back more often in general.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah,
like
they
a
should.
okay, they're the remaining girl group at the CJ place after the one group kind of disappeared, right? Like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm still looking for outlets here. From Miss Nine kind of hits that outlet a little bit. I wish they would come back. And also, From Miss Nine, most of their songs, almost all of their songs are very upbeat and happy. You know,
True.
I just kind of like the vibe they got as a group. And they do feel like underdogs a little bit still.
They do. No,
They do. 'Cause,
definitely
like,
do.
Idol School was not a hyped up show, right?
No.
And like the music they're producing, I think far exceeds what people would expect based on how Idol School did. So I really like the From Us 9 story. They also went through a little bit of trouble with the rigging situation and the
Yeah.
human rights issues with their show. So they were on the shelf for a long time. Yo, support them. Watch this music video. It's so good. Let's move to the last song of the week, the biggest one. We have Aespa with Next Level. Next Level. All right,
my
so they are from SM Entertainment, debuted last year in 2020. Their only other two songs were Forever and Black Mamba, with one music show win so far.
All right, here we go. Aespa Next Level. Is it Next Level?
It's
It's
something.
something, yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing, right?
Okay.
This is one of those songs where the components are fantastic, right?
Is it?
I think the components are really good, right? I
Okay.
think what I'm trying to say is, number one, this song is super divisive online right now. The comment sections I'm seeing, I have never seen a more neutral to negative Reddit comment section for a music video post.
That's true. Reddit tends to be very positive with everything.
Is just like the first
Yeah.
three comments, none of them are positive. They're all like, that was something. That was kind of interesting. This is what my brain feels like when I'm trying to get information for a test. Those were like the type of comments I was
Oh
getting.
dear.
What they're referencing is that this song has very distinct components. You have the Next Level segment, which is the base of this song, right?
Next Level.
And then you have like the Ning Ning Winter power vocal segment, right?
Yes, my
And
favorite
then you
part.
have the beat drop retro section, right? And then you go back to the Next Level segment. Those are the components of this song, right? Just so y'all know, Aespa's comeback track Next Level is a remake of an OST song from Fast and the Furious Hobbs and Shaw, which has been remade into a hip hop dance track with Aespa's color in it. So, and I know there was a lot of people up in arms about that. I see why. People are saying Forever was a remake, right?
True.
Yeah.
This Next Level song is technically a remix / remake of that too, right? And then Black Mamba was the only like original song we had, right? I could see why people are concerned as Aespa fans, but you gotta remember that SM does have a history of outsourcing either demo tracks or songs from less popular artists and remaking them with their own artists. They do have a history of that. One of the
happened.
ones I could think of off the top of my head is there's two instances. The first one is a demo track. So Run Devil Run was originally performed by Kesha as a demo track.
Yeah.
And you could
No,
look
no,
that
no,
one
no.
up.
Kesha did the guide. She
Oh, yeah,
did
she
the
did the
guide
guide,
only.
the guide track. That's what I
Oh.
meant.
Yeah, she did the guide track. She was
She did
part
the
of
demo.
production.
She did the
right,
demo of that. That's what I meant. And then a song that was actually released and they remade, Shiny's Juliet, was
Yep.
originally sung by Corbin Bleu from High School Musical. So you can
Yes.
go look that up. So they do both of those ways. So we have to understand that SM doing this type of thing is not really too crazy. The thing that is crazy is that they have a new group and 2 out of the 3 songs this has happened to already.
You know, it's kind of a common to call it a coincidence, if you ask me. I will admit, you know, like it's not annoying or anything, but like I can kind of see why fans might be like, "This is strange," you know.
Yeah.
It's not like if you think about EXO or NCT, like this hasn't happened to them at least, or Red Velvet. So
True.
who knows?
Not that I can think of. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that being said, let's talk about the song, right? So there's multiple parts to it. There's the hip hop part, there's a song part, there's like the part that sounds like an old TVXQ track. It's all fine. It's all fine. There's not a proper transition. Okay, that's where that's where it starts to lose me a little bit, because the bassy part that was pulled straight from the Fast and Furious track was really, really cool. I really, really like that. You know,
I kind of like.
I thought it was
too.
badass.
Yeah.
People keep comparing. I'll be honest. Whenever a girl group does a hip hop thing, people start comparing them to Blackpink. I disagree. I think this is very different. I don't expect Blackpink to do this ever. And I think they were on a good ride there. And then suddenly I felt like, okay, maybe the producers felt like they had to add some sort of K-pop component to it. And then they threw stuff that feels generically SM K-pop. That's not, come on, put in a little more effort, you know? You're remaking a song. You already have so much to work with. Either don't put any effort in, or put in a good amount of effort where it's clear that you're putting your own track on. You're putting your own twist to it. Because right now, it feels like a cover with parts pulled from other tracks.
Hey, dude. People were
which
saying
is fine, but
it feels like one of those. You know how before release we get like the album highlight thing, the video, where they smash together multiple songs. A lot of people were saying that that's what this sounds like. I kind of see what they're saying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the different segments are very distinct from each other. And
Very
they just
distinct.
they like, oh, we on this part now. Oh, it's time for the retro thing. You know, let's get back to next level. Right? Like, Anita, how'd you feel about this song?
I feel like so I kind of knew I had not heard the OST for the Fast and the Furious before.
Most people did.
So I was not coming in with any expectations as to what it was going to sound like, because I wasn't familiar with the song beforehand. But when I heard it, I was like, oh, okay, this is what they meant by like hip hop based, like that kind of vibe. And I was like, okay, I can see it. I felt like it was a little one note, and then the switch up happens, which I thought like, okay, this is very, very different. There wasn't really like any transition to it. It kind of just happens, and then it does that again, and then we go back. By the time we went back, I was like, wait, hold on a second. I kind of wanted the other stuff to develop a little bit more, because I feel like, I don't know, I get what they were doing with the remix. But I also feel like, oh, you were also thinking of adding this, like, the power vocals and then the rap part that came after that. And, like, I feel like, oh, we could have focused on those two bits a little bit more and not tried to focus on the remake aspect of it from the previous track. So I don't know. I was left a little confused, but I kind of feel like I also saw some people on YouTube comment, like, oh, this is similar to what Girls' Generation did with I Got a Boy. And I feel like at the time that I heard that song as well, I feel like, oh, the switch ups. Why are there so many? Why do they switch back and forth? Like, why didn't we just focus on one? And I feel like I see where the concept was going, like where the idea was going. Because I feel like it does sound interesting when you have something unexpected and then it switches and then you don't know where it's going. It can be fun. I don't know if it was done like the best that it could have been.
The change up needs to be convincing. They need to make sense. You know, they need to come to the listener and be like, okay, this is something that I didn't expect, but that was good. Think about Star Wars Episode 8. Sure. You know, break all my expectations.
Eight. Okay.
Yeah, that was the one that broke all the expectations. That was the one, I guess, spoilers alert, Luke was like, oh, I'm not a Jedi, throws away lightsaber, you know, like that kind of deal. Sure, go ahead, do that. But it needs to make sense in terms of the bigger picture. That they didn't really do that here. They just threw stuff together and expected it to work. Examples of it working is stuff like Cherry Bomb by NCT 127, I think.
Yeah. I feel like
the change-ups are very much more subtle because like it's very much more well connected. Right. But they do have sections that are very hip-hoppy. They do have sections that are like much more like singy, you know, chord progression based. And then here you begin with a loop pulled from this other track, and then you have, you know, these other separate parts of a track, which I'm not sure if they fit together, which is I think what all of us are saying. So I don't know.
Here's the thing. As much as it doesn't make sense together, I don't hate it. Like
I don't hate it either. Exactly.
I kind of like it. I'm kind of down with it though. That's the thing. It's just
there's small parts of it.
It's hard to palate. That's
right.
number one.
You know what? The other part that I didn't really like about the track. Oh yeah, I have to be frank with the lyrics and the theme.
Oh, okay. It's the Aespa buzzwords that keep getting shoved into all the songs.
They've been disconnected from the IE and they're going to the Gwangya to save the world. I get it, dude. I get it. Here's the thing. I grew up listening to hip hop. Some of my most favorite hip hop albums and songs were all storytelling albums and songs. You know, Soul Company in Korea, or like Tyler the Creator, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar. Look, I love that stuff. This is not how you tell a song. This is not how you tell a story. A storytelling component needs to tell a story. Here, they're like, this is our attitude, and we're gonna throw in all our buzzwords, which you can find out more about in our cinematic stuff. Which
can we talk about this? Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Let me talk about this.
Let's talk about that.
On top of this music video, right? A couple days ago, I don't remember exactly when. I think it was earlier in the week. They released this thing called the Episode 1 Black Mamba from the SM Cultural Universe thing. It's essentially like a cinematic, almost like a movie or drama production that they're doing alongside Aespa, which has to do with the avatars, the lore of the avatars. In this cultural universe, basically your is it I or AI thing, right?
Yeah.
It's a summary of the information you put into the internet, right? So it is your type of personality on the internet, right? And they show them doing crazy things, like Giselle's is in class with her, like Winters is shooting up like a secret agent video game training thing with her.
Yes.
Like they're doing crazy stuff, right? Ning Ning's is a hacker.
Yeah.
And, like, Karina's got all like almost biblical and was almost like a deity. It was kind of crazy town when that
I
happened.
was confused about that one.
The same.
But they dumped so much money into this thing. Like
They invested, yes.
They had CGI. They hired professional actors. They had the sound design. It was like a movie essentially.
Yeah.
Short film.
They even made like an anime version at the front and the end. Like it's crazy the stuff that they're doing here. I wish that they would shove more of this money into the music side before we establish this cultural universe side. I know that I've been the person saying, what are we doing with these AI things, right? Like these avatar things. But at the same time, if I'm to take Aespa seriously as a K-pop girl group, I need them to rest heavily on the base that is the music before we do any of this other crazy mumbo jumbo.
Thank you for saying that. I agree with you 100%.
That being said, this video was so much more hyped than this song.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
This video was crazy town. They even had like iconic biblical imagery with Karina and her thing basically doing the creation of Adam in the pool. Like they had a hacking scene at the end. Like this thing got me hyped. Like if there was an Aespa AI drama or a movie thing, I'd watch it. The amount of money that was shoved into this was really compelling. But the same cannot be said about their music at this point for me, which is a bit of a shame because we're talking about SM, which is one of the biggest players in the game.
If I can build off of that a little bit, what I'm getting here is that, okay, they want to push the storyline aspect, they want to push the lore aspect. It feels like they want to make that the main component over the music. Sure. You know what? At the end of the day, maybe I'm just conservative about how I consume music, and maybe this is a new direction, and then maybe they're setting the trend for years to come. Sure, maybe that's the thing. However, what I'm concerned about is at that point, you're competing with actual movies, you're competing with actual films, you're competing with actual dramas and actual actors. Can we do that? Can they actually pull that off? Is the question I have.
That's so much pressure, though,
That
for
is
the
a lot
artist as well.
Bro, can you expect SM to actually compete with Disney?
I mean, here's the thing. They definitely gave the girls acting lessons. Like, you could tell.
They did, yeah.
They did. Dude, Winter's action scene was fire. Like
Black Widow?
It was so cool. Also, Winter's hair in this music video, the short version of the hair.
Yeah, that was nice.
great.
Chef
That was
kiss.
great.
Chef kiss.
Shout outs to all the short-haired lovers.
No, I see what Warren's trying to say here. I completely agree. Like we need to first establish the musical frontier, right? We got Black Mamba, which is a bit divisive for a lot of people. I think it's grown on me over time.
Same.
We had Forever, which was just a straight up remake, right, of an older song. And then we have this Next Level song, which is also a remake, and it's not being received all that well in terms of, I'm not saying like how it's charting, how if they're selling something, how it's selling. What I'm talking about is like general perception of this song. People are confused, right? It's not a great look so far, guys.
No, I have to be very honest. I'm not very excited about Aespa anymore.
No, I'm still so hype about them, though.
I'm glad you are. I'm glad you are. But like,
digging this stuff.
They've done this 3 times where I feel like they're not focusing on the music properly. And I'm like, at that point, like, is this something I want to like watch a lot? I don't know.
Here's going back to the song. I thought each of the components were really well done. Like,
yeah,
if those 3 were separate songs, I think
exactly
3 pretty good songs there.
Yeah, but like, you can't mix, avocados and like a choco pie and expect it to work.
Oh,
true, fair.
Yeah.
Like, I guess Aespa as a group is very like not controversial in a negative way, but just controversial in the way that people talk about this group, right? Because they're SM, they have this really high level concept stuff, and then the music's been a little like, I ain't gonna say good or bad, but it's just been interesting so far, right? And
unconventional.
So many people, I believe, including myself, want to see what happens because there's just so crazy things going on, right? And I'm looking at them, I'm like, they're doing all this crazy stuff, and as a group, they feel kind of secretive, Like,
I feel like they're being held back. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like they're still not like.
It feels like Blackpink when they were stuck in the basement for a little bit. It really feels like that to me. Where like, I want more Aespa stuff. I want the craziness, but like, I don't know.
It's the mysterious marketing tactic,
They're 100% doing that.
Behind the veil, we don't know what they're up to. Do they do V lives? They probably don't do a lot of V lives.
I have no clue, but at the same time, like, I'm really excited. Like, it's sad because I'm more excited about episode 2 of the Cultural Universe than their next comeback, which should not be the case. And I'm being real honest here. Like, that should not. I should be excited for both of those things, right? But right now, I'm way more excited about this Cultural Universe stuff because it was so well done. We'll have to see, though. I still have a lot of hopes for the group. I think SM at a certain point will probably relax their stance on this Cultural Universe thing a little bit. Because
we'll see what happens.
We'll have to see what happens. But I'm so hyped though. God. Other new releases this week included One Us's Black Mirror, One's Ain't About You featuring Kiara, Kang Daniel x Loco via Universe Outer Space, Yugi from G-Idol had a solo debut with Giant, B.I. x Destiny Rogers x Tyla Yahweh had a pre-release called Got It Like That, and then JB featuring Sokodomo had a song called Switch It Up. And on May 11th, it was announced that JB had officially signed with Higher Music. So that
Welcome to Higher Music.
Nice.
Let's go.
All right, we're at Spice King. So this segment, we have this chart that we're going to do. We're going to evaluate the recent songs, and the song that places number 1 on the Soju chart will be declared this week's Spice King. So last week on episode 138, Oh My Girl's Dun Dun Dance picked up its first crown, and Hypen's Drunk Days picked up no crown because it got second place, and On and Off's Ugly Dance was in third place. And then the new candidates, of course, are the songs we covered this week, which include Uju Sonyo's The Black's Easy, Rocket Punch's Ring Ring, From Miss Nine's We Go, and Aespa's Next Level. All right. I got a chart here, right?
Okay. You got a chart there.
What is
it changed during this pod. It changed.
Did it?
Oh, it did?
Wow. Okay.
Based on our conversation. Rocket Punch, right?
Yeah.
Ring Ring. Mm-hmm. Third place on my list.
Oh, that's a little low,
nice.
man. It's a little low.
Still good to see, though.
The 2 songs I was debating between was Oh My Girl's Dun Dun Dance and From Miss Nine's We Go.
Okay.
And I was really conflicted. I had Oh My Girl Dun Dun Dance in first place before we started the pod. But now I am putting From Miss Nine's We Go in first place.
Wow.
Oh My Girl's Dun Dun Dance in second. And then, of course, Rocket Punch's Ring Ring in third.
Third. That's annoying. Anita, you can go next.
Okay. Well, my first 2 spots look very, very similar to Doug's list because they're exactly the same. Number 1 is From Miss 9. Number 2, I have Oh My Girl. And then number 3 is where it gets.
Oh, there, Anita, you're the retro lover.
I know.
Anita.
Maybe Anita's just next level. Like, come on.
Anita is below
Maybe
level.
I am.
She is under level. This child.
Level.
What did?
Oh, good.
What happened? I thought you were a friend. I thought you were
I am
ally.
a friend.
Anita, what's in third? Regardless of
Democracy
what Warren
is
wants to
dead.
say. What's in
No, I had this list before we even started this conversation, so I feel a little self-conscious because I feel like I'll be the odd one out here. But I had in third place, and I will keep in third place, Aespa.
Hey, let's go next level.
And I feel like for all the criticism that I gave it, and I'm not like 100% that it's like the best that they could have done. I feel like
it's catchy.
I'm still intrigued.
It's catchy.
I'm still intrigued.
I'm on the next level.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I even though I criticized it a lot, I did also enjoy Aespa's track. Although if I were to put it, I would put it on fourth.
I know.
What is going on third actually is the song from last week, "Dun Dun Dance" by Oh My Girl.
Okay.
Third.
Dope.
Okay.
Yeah. We Go by Fromis9, I think is one of the better tracks of the entire year so far. And it pains me to say this, but I'm putting it on first.
Good
There we go. Thank you, Warren.
You know, I mean, I have to admit it's really, really well made. And I try to consider both my personal subjectivity as well as musical objectivity. And I'm dead on the inside. I'm soulless now. I've killed myself. No, that's BS. Don't do that. And Rocket Punch is second. I'm still happy with second.
Fair.
No,
I think that's fair.
It's fair. Come on, let's be honest.
It's fair.
If it was if it was last week, bro, it would have been first. Nobody's saying okay. I take that back.
Oh My Girl would have beat that track, dude.
This is better than Oh My Girl.
Oh My Dun Dun Dance would have pooed all over your track, bro.
Oh, you are poo peeing. Get out of here. Okay, give me what are those? What's Jojo chart?
You know, I predicted the chart correctly this week.
Wow.
You know, your boy Doug did. Actually, did I? Wait, let me. What?
What?
Oh no, I did. First place with a perfect win. All three of us gave it first place. Is Fromis9's We Go. Second place is Oh My Girl's Dun Dun Dance with 5 points, and in third place we have Rocket Punch Ring Ring with 3 points.
Man, I should have voted for Cosmic Girls instead. That would have put. Okay.
Wait, why?
Yeah, I'm good.
Anita, we're finally here. Hit us with them show winners. Anita.
Yes. Hold on, my script shuffled.
Well, the show winners of the week is Mafia in the Morning by ITZY, taking 5 wins.
No, you're doing it wrong already. They won.
Let me do this one.
Wait, bro, you said 5 here. You messed up the script this time.
Bro, it won last week.
Oh.
Oh my god, I need to do it because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yes, but back to the regular programming. So ITZY's Mafia in the Morning had wins on Show, Champion, Amp Countdown, Music Bank, and Inkigayo. So they're up to 5 total music show wins.
You know, close enough. Yes. 4 or 5. They had a lot of wins. That's what matters. That's what matters.
True, winning is good.
Winning is what matters.
Then we also had Highlights, Not the End.
Oh, wow.
Pick up 2 wins. So on the show and Show Music Core. So they are up to 2 total wins for this comeback.
That was a surprise.
True, yes.
Big surprise there. The highlight and if we want to go way back, the Beast fans are still going strong.
Still going hard.
So that's kind of cool. Mafia in the Morning, as much as we don't really like the song all that much, I get why it's popular. You know, that's all I'll say.
It's interesting.
But, you know, we're at the end of a very long part 1 of SojuTalk episode 139. We'll be back after a short break. Bye, everyone. Bye. Wait, not bye.
I said bye-bye.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 139, where we discuss recent K-pop news and events and give you the state of the nation. All right, news and events, nothing too massive, but we'll go through some things. The first segment's going to be BTS focused. So BTS will perform the first stage of Butter at the upcoming Billboard Music Awards being held on May 23rd. at 8 p.m. Eastern. Butter is set to drop on May 21st, and the group will also perform at the upcoming ABC 2021 Good Morning America Summer Concert Series on May 28th.
Oh boy, we have 4 more days until it drops.
I think
soon.
Clearly, most anticipated release of 2021 so far. Obviously. Here's some crazy stuff though. Okay. BTS will be among the guest stars featured in the upcoming Friends reunion special that will air on HBO Max, or it'll drop on HBO Max on May 27th. Other guests during the special are going to include people such as David Beckham, Justin Bieber, James Corden, Lady Gaga, Kit Harington, Reese Witherspoon, among others.
Wow.
How are they gonna fit a plot involves?
I don't think it's a plot. I think it's more like a reunion, and they talk about the show, and then guests are there. That kind of thing.
Interesting.
Okay, interesting.
Interesting list.
Okay,
but still, that's like star power, right? Like,
Friends reunion, dude. Like,
in like
that's as American as it gets.
Friends is one of the like most iconic shows in the last 20, 30 years in America. And when people look at the show in like another 20 years in the future and they watch the reunion thing, they'll be like, who are these dudes? Right?
Like, bunch of Asian male people.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels interesting.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Here's something else. So there's going to be a 2021 next new creator with big hit music. So it's essentially a search for new production talent in terms of producers to make songs for the company.
Ooh, boy, time to pull out my SoundCloud link, send them my portfolio. Hello, I make lo-fi music on SoundCloud. Please listen to my lo-fi music. Goodbye.
Warren read the ad in both Korean and English. Can you talk about the funny thing you found in the ad?
Okay, so I read it first in Korean, and it read, preferred qualification, lives in Korea, resides in Korea. And I was like, okay, fair, makes sense. Then I went and read the English version, and that bullet wasn't there. And I was like, okay, that's strange. Maybe you should communicate that information to either side, whichever you're lying to.
I think it's kind of funny though.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you read the fine print of even the English ad, it's kind of sus. They're like, at some point we might not pick a winner. Also, if you win, that doesn't mean you're guaranteed a job. Like, there's so much fine print on it. Like,
boy,
yeah.
So there's nothing.
And if you're a part of a production team, you need to submit separately for some reason.
Look, you know what? I was doing a lot of job applications recently. That was the thing. I didn't tell really anybody because it's one of those major life events that you gotta tell them when it happens. But like, I kind of forgot, and like. I was like, I should probably mention that at some point, and I did. So I was looking for a job. I was applying to a lot of jobs, and there's like so much small print. Like man, recruiting is difficult, man.
Gotta read everything.
Yeah, man, it's just so much small print. They're like, oh, we want a junior person, but with 7 years of experience, and I'm like, that's not junior. That's already a senior person.
Don't you hate the job like descriptions where they're like, you need a master's degree plus, and your salary is $12 an hour,
bro.
That's no.
I don't know, man. We're living in an interesting time and an interesting economy in terms of jobs, but I don't know. Luckily, I found a job. I'm starting in a couple weeks. Hopefully, I will let you all know if it falls through. But
the last BTS thing was McDonald's dropped the BTS meal. So we talked about this. They're having this meal. They dropped the schedule that looks like it's an official release. It's really funny.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy!
If you
want to click that link, it's like it's like an image, right? But it looks like what those K-pop comeback images looks like.
It looks like one of those comeback schedule announcements. You know, like.
It's kind of funny. And McDonald's also has a 7 in their name right now, like on Twitter. Just saying. I'm excited. The employees at McDonald's at certain locations within the United States have already started wearing like the collab shirts, their shirts.
Oh.
There's McDonald's BTS shirts. I found a couple on eBay from I think people who got extra ones and are selling them. Okay. It exists though. And it's on the Gideon Tees, whatever that company. Warren knows about all this stuff, but like it's on those type of t-shirts.
It's purple and it says "I'm loving it" 7 times.
Oh no, that's not it.
Wait, no.
Go on eBay and type
fake one.
Go and type BTS and McDonald's, and you should find it. But yeah, they got these t-shirts that a lot of the crew there and it says like 방탄소년단 McDonald's Crew on it.
You know what? I looked up BTS McDonald's on eBay and I got 5th grade rocks back to school. Composition boo.
Click the link I sent you and you should see it.
I looked it up on eBay like you asked. Oh, okay. You know what? That's pretty cool. You know,
Right?
it's black and there's like a BTS logo, X, a McDonald's logo, and then it reads which is like the initials of BTS in Korean. Same for McDonald's, and it says Crew. It's a Crew shirt.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
this is what
kinda
I'm
cool.
looking at. Is this fake? I'm seeing a purple one as well. So some army let me know in the comments, Discord or whatever. See a purple one?
Oh, that might be happening.
I don't
Oh.
know. That's so stupid that I kind of like it. You know?
Yeah, me too. Okay, so there might be multiple shirts out there. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Going back to some tangible K-pop news. So NCT Dream became a million seller by selling over 1 million copies of the first full-length album Mat, also known
Wow.
as Hot Sauce, in the first week of release. That's a lot of albums. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Wow. Big
all right.
buck boys.
The next segment is about contracts, people moving, those type of things, right? The big one. On May 15th, Sakura, formerly of IZ*ONE, announced her graduation from HKT48 with her
wow.
graduation concert set to be held on June 19th. The official announcement came earlier as expected after details of her graduation plan were leaked when retailer HMV shared a preview photo for an upcoming issue of fashion magazine VV, which included references to her graduation.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
They talked about the graduation in the cover, or in the print that they showed, and they were like, I guess it's confirmed because it's in this magazine, right? So they had to release the news early. So Sakura debuted as a first generation member of HKT back in 2011, all the way back then, 10 years ago, and recently finished up her run with IZ*ONE. We kind of saw this, we kind of saw this happening, right? I would say.
Yeah.
Because she's been in the group forever, and kids in those groups don't have an unlimited run. They normally get out at a certain point.
Yeah.
End of an era, though, I would say, as a whole.
End of an era for her, yeah.
Here's another end of the era. So, 21 Sandra Park will be leaving YG Entertainment after 17 years. She has reportedly chosen not to renew her contract following expiration.
That's kind of surprising.
I always thought that she would end up in a figurehead role, sort of like
Yeah.
I was kind of doing at
Or
SM.
Kangta.
Yeah, or Kangta.
Yeah.
I thought that was the plan, right? I
Yeah.
guess not.
I guess
And
not.
And with this, I believe all 21 members are not in the company anymore. So it's done,
Yep.
done.
Wow.
Dang.
I mean, man, you spent 17 years of your life in one company. That must be a big change, you know?
Yeah.
That's like leaving your own. You've probably seen the same crew over and over again, the same.
You've been there
behind the scenes
good
people.
times, bad times,
Yeah.
all the BS.
Wow.
We'll have to see because I always thought that Sandra Park was the biggest YG homer ever. You know,
Right.
That was my impression, but I guess not. Sort of like I thought that Jo Kwon was a JYP for lifer, and it wasn't the case as well. But who knows what happens behind the scenes?
Who knows?
We mentioned already that JB signed with Higher Music, and then Jellyfish Entertainment confirmed that Sejong, who's from IOI and Gugudan, has renewed her contract with the company. That's an interesting thing for me, because, I don't really trust Jellyfish as a company, if we're being real honest here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think a little pessimistically
Okay.
and say, who would want Sejong? Not that I don't like Sejong.
I feel like a lot of people would want Sejong in their company.
No. I just feel like she's in a very unstable part of her career, where if she switches companies, it's gonna be another variable that's putting her off on another
That's true.
tangent. I think it's a completely very, very smart idea for her to stay in Jellyfish for at least the next couple of years, and see where that takes her. Find a little bit more stability. That's what I think. Because Jellyfish, let's be honest, they're not doing the best job, but there's companies that are doing way worse.
Bro,
jobs.
they're true to their names though. They have no stability because they're Jellyfish, man. In my opinion, at least, I don't trust them at all. I'm gonna be real here. Lastly, in business news though, The Korean Fair Trade Commission, FTC, approved the merger of V-Live and Weverse. So Weverse company is expected to build a new fan platform with the combination of both of the two applications. That's a big deal, right? I know we talked about that a lot. I don't remember when we did. I think it was last year or maybe early this year. But like, it's happening. Naver V-Live, Hybe Weverse, they're going to smash them together. Everyone who's not a part of that should be a little bit concerned because even groups that are not, I wonder what that means for groups that are on V-Live that are not a part of Weverse.
Do they still get to do that?
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how the market's going to work, you know? Like, what part is going to involve exclusivity? What part's going to allow, you know, inclusivity? You know, like, what company is going to be on both? You know, Universe, Weverse, you know? We'll have to see what happens because
I also I don't know if it's just me. I feel like V-Live has fallen off a bit. Like it was a bit novel back in the day. It just doesn't feel like as hype anymore. But I might be wrong. It just might be me.
Okay, no, I totally know what you mean. And like they did a whole like redesign a couple like for the past like you know 2 years or so. It's become so significantly unusable and like so performance heavy. I don't know why I did. I mean, it wasn't a great app to begin with. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. I don't want to compare it to like big boys like Facebook, but like you know, you kind of end up doing it, and it's not that good. You know, I'm comparing it to like other Korean apps. It's not that good. You know, like
hey, but like I remember back when it first started, it was hype. Like you would set the notification on in the middle of the night. You'd be like, "Oh, they streaming! Twice is on. We gotta click the hearts. Click the hearts, right?" Like I remember back in the day that was hype. Like it was like 4 a.m. and like Twice goes live, and you're like, "We must watch." You know, I don't understand the word of what they're saying, but we're gonna click the thing in the bottom right to give them more points that mean nothing, right? Like I remember that used to be hype, but like these days it's like you know. I might be off base with that though. But the last thing, we had a ridiculous amount of announced comebacks again. It's May, end of May, June is going to be a dumpster fire for us. So I think our patrons are going to have a lot more fights over what we're covering. We have AB6 via Universe on May 24th, right? We have Red Velvet's Joy solo debut confirmed for May 31st. That's somewhat soon. Ghost 9, comeback June 3rd. Another one. Mamamoo was interesting this week. They released the teaser video, which just said coming soon. Then they released one thing that said like June. And then they released another thing that now finally said the specific day. So they had like 3 phases of it in a row. So Mamamoo, June 2nd. Their comeback, they already got a title. It's called Where Are We? Is a 3-part project which will include concerts, music, and a documentary to commemorate their 7th anniversary. So it's a big project for them.
Wow.
2 more massive comebacks. June 7th, EXO. June 18th, 17. That's kind of those are kind of big things.
Big boys.
Additionally, we got N Flying in June. Anita and I love N Flying. Up Tension in June. 2 p.m. confirmed for late June. It's happening. They getting a comeback next
2 p.m.
month.
2 p.m.
Yeah, it's pretty much confirmed. Wow. And then here's a crazy one for July. J Park x Wiz Khalifa.
Okay. Okay, that's a rumor, right? I don't think that's confirmed. Is it? You know what? I don't know. Actually, I don't know. But J Park and Wiz Khalifa.
It's confirmed.
Is it confirmed?
Because they already have like what project it's for and things like that.
Wow.
Yeah, if you want to click this link, Warren, they have like they say where the collaboration's happening and for what project. So
Wow. J Park and Wiz Khalifa. Man of weed and man of soju.
I wonder what that's gonna be like. It's gonna be.
What is the sound?
It's gonna be kind of weird,
It's
right?
gonna sound very drunk and very high at the same time. Crossfaded. Maybe the song's gonna be called Crossfaded. I don't know.
That actually would make a whole bunch of sense.
I know.
We're now at State of the Nation. Warren, what has been going on with you?
Been very busy. With the Rocket Punch comeback schedule. You know.
Yes.
You know, catching up with all the media outlets that's coming out. But you know what we didn't cover recently that we really should have.
What is it, Warren?
What is it?
Like, so Mad Monster came back. I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't know why you're laughing. They're like, let's be honest. Like they're like the biggest boy group out right now. Like on par with like 17 BTS. Them, you know, like revolutionary boys, 2 boys. Like and you know like and they did I think they did a remix of a track they did last year called Mine Rudolph or Rudolph Mine, I forget.
Mine Rudolph.
Mine Rudolph, and like
Mine
man,
Rudolph. Yeah.
it came out. They were on M Countdown. I saw it. It was great. It was great. And I don't know, man. Like, it's kind of revolutionary. Their music, I think,
It's something.
no. I think it's on par to be Song of the Year, Music Video of the Year, Album of the Year, and Comeback of the Year. Have you seen how they look? They look beautiful. You know?
Hey, they got these narrow chins going on, dude.
Yeah, they're smallest faces I've ever seen.
Faces so small, the size of my hand, like my fist. You know, like, and I have a pretty small hand. You know, like, and that's that's something. And here's the thing, right? Like people, I think this is really annoying. There have been antis. There have been antis who have been manipulating their activity videos so that they have like comedian faces in between, so that it kind of looks like they're doing snow filters. I don't know, man. It was awful. Like, why would you do that? How jealous do you have to be to do all these kinds of things?
All right, Warren, explain what this group is now that you've trolled enough. Here's the thing.
Okay.
You know what Mad Monster is because you're in the Korean sphere, right?
I think people have started picking it up in the Western sphere as well.
Sphere?
Because they were on M Countdown a couple weeks ago.
But
they actually were?
Yeah, they were. They were on M Countdown. Guys, they're a real idol. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
All right, but if you keep trolling, it's not going to be interesting.
Okay.
There are so many people who have no clue what you're talking about.
Okay. By this point, if you haven't looked up Mad Monster on YouTube or Google or whatever,
it's
go
hard
ahead
to search
and do
for
it.
them too, dude. You have to
look up the English word Mad Monster and they show up. Mine Rudolph, M Countdown, May 13th.
That's because you have it in your like search stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Well, look up Mad Monster M Countdown. I don't know. It's
Two guys.
Two guys. They're comedians. They're actually comedians. I was just BSing the entire time. They and they're doing this thing where they're parodying idols. They're like doing parody V lives. You know, like parody behind the scenes stuff. And like they're normal looking Korean men, so they use a snow filter. And I think what they did, I was talking about this with a friend. I think what they did was they turned up everything to the max. The chin size, the neck size, like everything. Yeah. And they look so funky. And then they were on M Countdown, with a snow filter camera.
Oh, it was on the camera?
No. They go look. Dude, here. There's like, it almost has 1 million views at this point. Look, so what they did was they put a snow filter on top of the video, or they filmed with it. I don't know.
Ah.
And like, it's very clearly a snow filter. People on Twitter were like, yo, like, why? What happened here? why is M Countdown doing this? It's not M Countdown. It's not Mnet. It's them. It's them doing their thing. And the reason I'm bringing this up is partially because it's funny, but partially also because like, I think like parodying and doing satire of idols has almost been sacrilegious for a while. And I thought that was very unhealthy. You know? I thought that was very unhealthy. Like, in order for something to like be on a healthy critical cycle, people need to be able to criticize it. People need to be able to, throw jokes at it every now and then. As long as, people aren't like seriously offended by it. And I think this was something that did that really well. And at the same time, I for a while, I've been like, especially within the last couple of years, I've been like, man, some of the younger fans are, very, very sensitive towards these things.
I think that there is so little room in K-pop to objectively judge things if you like them or not. Where
criticism.
There's even now pressure that if you're a part of a fandom, it's like considered sacrilegious to not like your favorite idol's song, which I think is complete BS, right?
That's actually a part of the reason I became like less and less active in the Rocket Punch community, because I've obviously been very, I have opinions and I'm not going to bend them because I like the people. That's not right. Like, is that how you want to raise your kids? Just say yes, yes, yes. No, that is not. I mean, they're not my kids.
I think it's one of those situations where, let's say you like Group A. That's your favorite group.
Okay.
Right?
Let's say you like a Group A.
And there are kids now who, in my opinion, let's say Group A releases a song that's like, it's not that good, right?
Yeah.
Just average. Or they're copying a trend that everyone's done before, right?
Okay, fair.
And well, the case I see sometimes is they will say that this song is revolutionary and it's only because Group A did it. If Group B, who's not their favorite idol, is just another boy group or girl group, did that song, they would say, oh, this is kind of average. But they're only saying it's good because they like the kids, right? I think that having that kind of mindset, like, to be real here, it's like so disingenuous to do that, right?
It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous because you're falling into a loop. You're falling into a cycle where, at the end of the day, we're fans. We should be healthy consumers. We should encourage what is better by spending money on what you think is good. And if you end up spending money on something or you're consuming something because your definition of good is a group that you like, just because your group, a group that you like is dropping music, that's why you're just consuming it. If that is the sole reason why, then you come to a situation and a problem where like they can put out stuff with little effort, and then they can still get by, because at the end of the day, if the selling factor is that the person did it, what's the point? What's the point of putting an effort to make a good song? What's the point of putting an effort to do good music videos and whatnot? And look, I'm not saying every group does this, and in fact I'm saying most groups don't do this. But at the same time, I'm concerned about it, and I have definitely seen a bit of a shift, especially in the last couple of years. And that's what I was worried about. And here I was like, okay, maybe I'm as per usual. Maybe I'm building off of a spreadsheet again, over worrying, stressing out because. No,
I think that in order to have the industry in something where I think is like a healthy way to function, we as fans need to hold our groups and their companies and the people making decisions to high standards. I think that they need to know that if they continuously produce mediocre and bad music, that we'll buy someone else's music that's good.
Right.
I think that the companies, as of late, as Warren was saying, somewhat feel like we have such a big fan base, it don't really matter. We'll drop anything, we'll make money. And I just think that cycles, not only is it unfair to the fans in the community because they're the ones who are throwing the money, right? But it's also unfair to the idols themselves because you think they want to release crap music. Like,
of course not.
They probably don't. And I think that more than ever, I have a creeping suspicion that sometimes artists know that what they've been given isn't that good, but they just do it because they've been told to do it.
I'm not gonna say names, but like I've seen like stuff where like years later after doing a song, they'll be like, oh, when we first received the song, leader A cried about it because like they didn't think the song was good. And like, look, I get that's how this market works, and that's how this market works, and that's fine. But at the same time, we should be doing our part as consumers to make sure that we're encouraging good quality products, good music videos.
Let's just summarize this by saying, don't just be a yes man or female or woman, right? Be someone who objectively looks at things and chooses what's good or not. Now, I get that you want to support your favorite idols and you like them and it's cool, but I think it's doing them a benefit by you being critical, not in a negative way, but just being open to criticism from yourself to those groups, because I think it improves the product for everyone and improves K-pop as a whole by doing that.
I also want to clarify, I don't actually think the Man Monster stuff is actually Song of the Year or Music Video of the Year or anything.
If you're talking about this obscure stuff, who knows what you're actually thinking, dude.
Look it up. It's funny. It's really funny. I think it's really funny. I don't know. But what have you guys been up to?
Fishing's starting to get going, so I've been a lot more lately.
Yeah. How's that been?
It's still a weird year, I would say. We've had like the shop, so we have like aisles and stuff. We've more or less partitioned it for the last year now, where they can only essentially come to the counter, get stuff, and dip, right?
Cool. Okay.
Minimal customer interaction. My family, we've all been vaccinated now, and it's almost been a month since we got the second one, so we're feeling a lot better. So I think once Memorial Day hits, we're going to like remove the partitions, but still have plexiglass shields at the counter. Thing.
Okay, that's good.
So we're going to open up more. And honestly, at this point, I think it's fine. I do think that the laxing of the mask regulation in public is a bunch of crock of shit, to be honest. But that's my personal feelings on that. I ain't going to harp on that too much. But I think if you're being responsible yourself and you're getting the vaccine and whatever, I think that there is a certain amount of tolerable risk you probably should stomach, or else we're never gonna like progress. That's at least how I feel.
Yeah, no, I totally get that, because like a couple days ago, I have a friend visiting from out of state right now. We went and visited Washington Square Park. Near NYU. And the very last time I went was before COVID. It was empty as heck. It was actually the week before COVID started, shutting stuff down. And then this time I went and it was full of people. I think it was because exams are over and the semester is over, or maybe not. I don't know. But it was full of people. And so many people not wearing masks. And
it feels weird, right?
It feels weird. Like
it's awkward. It's awkward.
It's weird. I'm not saying I was concerned or all of that aside. I was like, man, it feels so weird. Like seeing people without masks.
If you think about it, before COVID, we had convinced ourselves that being crammed into tight spaces was normal.
Right.
Like on the train, getting squished with everyone during like rush hour, we considered that normal in our heads when it's not. You know what I mean? It's weird to do that. Personal space, right? Not a thing. But like,
now I'm like, why are you here? Get out of my personal space.
I want personal space.
Give me my bubble back.
I don't like people. Like I've come to these conclusions. In lighter note, I've been watching some anime. The interesting thing is, I've come to a point now, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where I've developed like what I like to watch, right? What my expectations are. Before we get to that, some things I watched this week. The thing I liked the best was Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. Essentially, it's a comedy anime. A girl likes this boy in her class. She confesses to him in a weird way by saying like, "I've always been your fan." It turns out he's a manga artist and interprets that like she's a fan of his art, and then she ends up being his assistant, and it's just funny because like she's like, what do I do now, right? Like I'm his assistant now. Yeah, it's a miscommunication. So that's pretty much that one. It's really light, really funny. I really like that series. Some other things I watched the controversial series called Goblin Slayer. Here's the thing about that one. Action seems great, right? But the problem I had with that is that it's gratuitously violent and dark for the sake of being like shock factor, in my opinion. And I think it ruined a lot of it for me.
That's what makes it controversial, like the gore?
It's controversial because it gets really violent and really dark. And I think it doesn't do anything to further the plot other than to reinforce like this is an edgy, dark show. Like it doesn't serve a purpose, in my opinion. Like I think in episode 1, it establishes that this is a really dark show, right? But after that, it's like, okay, I get it. It's dark. You don't have to keep telling me how dark it is the whole time. Like, it's too much. Fine. 2 other shows. One I watched was Darwin's Game. It's a more recent anime. It ends up being like Hunger Games. It's not that good. That's a skip, in my opinion. And then finally, there's a show that's currently airing, which has the same author as Konosuba, which is a very famous comedy isekai parody show, essentially. It's called Combatants Will Be Dispatched. It's like Diet Konosuba. Like, it's not as good. You don't need to watch this one, guys. They even referenced Konosuba like 3 times already, and it's been like 7 episodes. So it's not that good. Going back to the first thing, when I first started watching anime, I was like, Warren, what kind of anime do you like to watch, right? And Warren was like, bro, I watch like fluff comedy anime where there's no stakes, right?
Low key, all the way.
Yeah, low key anime, slice of life, funny things where it's just people doing fun stuff, low stakes.
Right.
When I first started watching anime, I was really confused by this. We had big discussions about why that was the case, and I didn't understand because I was watching all AAA, big box fight scenes and things like that, right? It's gotten to the point now where I 100% understand what Warren's saying. When you're watching,
what did I tell you?
Like the critically acclaimed, highly rated stuff, right? Like the things on my anime list that have like 8.25 and up, the good stuff, the popular stuff. The problem with watching all of these shows back to back is that they're all so heavy. Like,
you need a break in between.
It's just emotionally draining. Like when you watch action stuff, like you get nervous that people are gonna die. When people do die, you feel bad. You get this anxiety about the show. When you watch hardcore romance anime, there's gonna be a rival. You don't know if the romance is gonna work out. What if someone dies? It's too much on the heart, Like when you watch this comedy stuff and this low level, like just humorous base stuff, you just have so much of a better time, in my opinion. Like
you're just relaxed, you know. It's like being on the beach, you know.
I'm just watching it. I'm like, what kind of crazy shenanigans are gonna happen next, right? Like, and then you're just watching the comedy. You get like you see these weird scenarios. Now that's not like I get it. I still like some big box stuff, but I completely now understand why Warren like doesn't watch AAA shonen like fight scene galore stuff. I completely understand now.
I mean, to be frank, I was never like a big shonen person to begin with. You know, like what I liked about these slice of life fluff shows is like they're very relaxing. You know, I can take them like bite size. You know, watch them while I eat, kind of deal.
You can watch a couple and just dip, and you don't need to know what happens next. Like
you don't have to sit there and watch 8 hours of episodes back to back because you're concerned the person is gonna die. You know, that's not.
Or it's like, or is the main guy and the main girl gonna get reunited in 40 episodes?
Right.
Like,
here's the thing. I think there are definitely days where like you're in the mood for, you know, a big, you know, A tier blockbuster kind of deal. There are other days where you just want to sit back and just watch something comfortable, you know, like think about all those people who rewatch Office 8 times, you know?
Oh, wow.
No, I get it now. And that's, it's what's keeping me from starting a lot of like really some of the more famous series, because I know like, number one, sometimes like these shows, I'm like, I have to mentally prepare myself to watch something. Like, I don't want to do that at this time. I'm a little stressed out right now.
See, what I think is the next stage for you is you start watching the same stuff over and over again rather than watching.
Oh, I've debated this already.
There you go.
I debated, should I just rewatch Monogatari series, all 100 episodes, because I know I really like that and it was my favorite thing.
Right. And nothing hits the same way as watching that thing for the same, like for the first time. You know? The first time is where you get the adrenaline rush and it just hits you and like.
At least the thing with the Monogatari series is that a lot of it's dialogue driven. So now that I understand where the characters are coming from, I feel like I could get a deeper understanding of what's going on, which is very special to that series. But there's like some of these shows which like I know they're critically acclaimed, but like it's gonna take an effort to watch. Like, let's be honest, I haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I know a lot of our viewers and a lot of people say it's an amazing show, right? But like, I don't want to invest 50 episodes to watch an action show right now. I don't think I can handle. I don't think I can handle. Like, I'd rather watch K-On! Or something.
There you go.
Have you still not seen it?
No, that's on the list. You
told me you were gonna see it this week.
It's on the coming soon list of the fun stuff.
Go ahead, watch it. I will be honest. That's why I fell into watching Gintama for a while, because like you don't even choose what you're gonna watch.
Yeah.
There are so many episodes. You just sit there and like this. I just watched the next episode. I'm a small brain. Play the thing on the monitor.
Also, like there's something about like I'm getting hyped for some of the summer shows that are gonna happen in a month or so. Like that are because a lot of them this summer season are sequels to shows I've already seen. So I'm getting hyped for them. And there is also something about like I only have to watch 25 minutes of this a week versus I gotta binge 75 episodes of this series in order to get to like, or at least I gotta binge 50 episodes to get to the good stuff, right? Like,
it's a different way to consume, you know?
It's just like palating 50 episodes to get to something cool sometimes is way too much for me at the moment.
See, you'll get to a point where you're like 20 episodes is way too long. Just give me like 10 episode shows. Like one core, call it good. That's a big reason why I can't get into like longer. I don't know. It's like the longer it is, I'm like, okay, I gotta watch all of this.
No, it's daunting looking at my anime list and being like, all right, season 1's 25 episodes, right? And then it says sequel. I click the sequel. They're like, it's 25 more episodes.
Another 25 episode show. I'm like, and another movie. No, please.
And then there's a movie. And then there's another 12 episodes. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
But if you like it, then you will just keep watching it, right? If you don't like it, then you just stop.
You know, you get to a point where it becomes a chore.
I agree, Warren.
When it's a chore, you should stop.
No, Anita.
No, you gotta power through. You gotta power through.
It's an addiction. It's an unhealthy addiction, and you're flowing through it. That's how that works. You don't. What are you talking about? Stopping. That sounds healthy. That's not right. Healthy. We do not encourage healthy things. No.
Anita, if you made me start One Piece right now, we'll have to power through for the rest of the year. Even
Oh my god, no!
power through like 900.
All the way to Nino Kuni.
Yeah, we got power through all of that.
God.
Oh man.
All right, Anita.
Y'all watching Produce?
Yeah, Anita, you watching Produce?
Well, I overslept on Friday.
So I guess you didn't.
I didn't, but I know what's going on. Like, kind of. I've been avoiding spoilers. I need to figure out some way to watch the episode. Hopefully, I find a link somewhere.
All right. Well,
they don't.
Anita, we could find you a link.
Anita will find you a link. If you are listening and you watch the show, please send Anita.
Oh no,
DMs
I don't want to trouble people
with
like
all
that.
the spoilers. Anita, spoil everything for Anita.
No. I know. To some extent, what's happening? There's some performances. They're doing the skill battles. Interesting groupings. I think they didn't show all of them. I don't think. But
bro, that sounds like every episode of Produce.
Yeah. It's kind
just
of
like another. They had a round of performances and they got judged.
Yes.
Produce.
Yeah. Another thing that I've been reading, and I've been reading it for a while, and I guess I never got around to mentioning it because it's so long. And see, this is I stopped reading this. It's a comic, it's a webtoon. I stopped reading it because I was not into it, and then I had to pick it up again.
Okay.
The only reason being that my sister was also reading it, and they were really into it, and they said like it gets super interesting, and like after a certain number of episodes, lookism. Lookism. It's pretty big on the webtoon app. It came out a while ago. I think 2017 was when it first was on the app, and it has a big number of readers.
Oh, this.
Yes. The author, I think, was like a model of some sort, like back in the 2000s. I don't recognize him, but I kind of saw some posts about him. And I was like, oh, this is very interesting. And it's so interesting knowing who he is and what this is about. Because as the title of the comic would suggest, it talks a lot about like appearances, right? Like how people are judged, how someone's life can be kind of determined based on their appearance and like self-esteem and like opportunities. And it's so interesting. I didn't quite get it until like the 100th episode because it's all leading up to some sort of mystery. I won't spoil anything, but there's some mystery involved with the main character, and like later on more characters that get introduced, and the circle of characters in this webtoon just keeps growing, and it's still ongoing. I'm like only halfway through, but very, very interesting. I know some people have been saying like, oh, this webtoon has been on for so long. I wonder when they will adapt it or something. Like, it cannot be adapted. It's so violent. It cannot be adapted.
Hey, they could do it up, Anita. It can happen. Don't worry.
I really don't think so.
Here's the thing. It's been running for like 8 or 7 years now. It's been a while. It started before you and I went to college, Anita.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And a big part of the show is about delinquents in high school.
Yeah.
And all the bullyings and
not legal things.
Yeah. And the going off the model thing you mentioned earlier, the main writer behind it is called Park Tae-jun.
Yes.
He was one of the oljang. Y'all know that word?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, some people know that word. That's like a Korean slang term for people who look really well. Look really well. My goodness. Their face is really good. That's what it means. And like there was a lot of like controversy even back in the day about how like he was like the whole like there was a whole TV show about with Oljang, like and like how it was I don't know, it was kind of weird, and like same with this webtoon. But it's going on for 7-8 years. There's a reason why I'm very, very popular. The criticizing page is very long on the Wikipedia page. There are, that's a lot of bullets, and in fact there are several sub pages, but that's fine.
Yeah,
it's still popular.
The thing is, what I found really interesting about it is that it's talking a lot about very not very like public friendly topics, like stuff that you feel like, yeah, I kind of know it goes on, but like it's really sad and like bad to talk about. But they also he does a lot of like references to like very, very obvious people in the comics. So like a lot of the characters are sometimes like even named like the characters, like the people in real life who they're based off of.
Vasco.
Yeah, Vasco. So it's very interesting to figure like, oh, who is this character supposed to represent? Like, who is this based off of? And like, kind of how they are involved in the story. I don't know. I'm still nowhere near being caught up, but I feel like it just keeps getting even weirder, and like more stuff is brought up as like issues in society, which I think is interesting. I don't think it will ever be adapted though.
On a side note, Vasco was a rapper. He now goes by Bill Stacks, which I think is a vastly superior name. Bill Stacks with an X, not a CKS.
Yes.
Stacks. What a name, you know? Bill Stacks. So, next week, Tuesday, May 18th, we have Try B and Taemin. Wednesday, May 19th, we have E Last You. Thursday, May 20th, we have TO1 and Haze. On Friday, May 21st, we have BTS with Butter. On Monday, 24th, we have Gaho and AB6 via Universe. And Lulu Pop and Cherry Bullet with a collab. So
Lulu Pop is like a weird, like...
Is that Lululemon? Lululemon?
No. It's like an animated idol thing.
Oh boy.
But it's weird looking.
There's a couple of those. I saw like a stage with one.
It has like bug eyes.
Okay. I looked up Lulu Pop on Google, and I'm getting a bakery in Texas, Arlington, Texas.
Bro, look at this thumbnail.
Wow. This is
graphics.
Strange.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. Do you want me to just end the show, dude?
She has some big eyes. I'm kind of scared.
That's what I said. It's kind of scary.
It's scary. It's supposed to be like...
It's cool, though.
Bro, I look. Here's the thing. Anita, I know you say everything in a very calm manner. You say things very nicely. But sometimes you bring in some weird opinions. This is not cool. This is creepy as poo-poo.
Weird. This Lulu Pop thing is a little weird.
Oh,
just
man.
saying.
But
this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I am Doug, and I'd like to thank Warren.
What? I thought you were Warren. I am Doug. You steal my identity.
We'll see you guys next week when we prepare to rub butter all over ourselves. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Based Mina, Delmonic, Jedi, Goku Mama, Jacob, Luke Daniel, Malfiar, NJ Parks, Tier. Thank you for joining SojuTalk, the weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Malfiar, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.